Hello everybody, this is Goofy Gaming here, and today I'm going to be talking about why Frank from Brawl Stars needs a buff. Now first of all, who is Frank? This right here is Frank from Brawl Stars, and I think he needs a buff because he kinda sucks in Brawl Stars, and here is why. But first, let's talk about his gadgets and star powers. Frank's first gadget, this one right here, makes him immune to all knockbacks and stuns. His second gadget lets him pull people with his next attack and do double damage. His first star power is that when he defeats an enemy, he gains a 50 damage attack bonus, and his second one lets him have an additional 1,100 health, letting him have 15,000 health, but I am just going to say that he only has 14,000 at base. Now Frank's strengths in Brawl Stars are his high health, his stunning super, his faster movement speed, and his big damage, but only when he has that second gadget. His weakness, on the other hand, is that he is just a big punching bag. He has no way to get in range of where he needs to be to deal good damage. His super and attack is easily cancelable because of knockback and stun mechanics, which I will get into later. His 14,000 health means nearly nothing, since most other brawlers can easily do 14,000 damage within a couple of shots. But back to knockback and stun canceling. Basically, knockback is what happens when certain brawlers use one of their forms of attack, whether it be regular attacks, supers, gadgets, or star powers. When they activate said form of attack, it will knock back any brawler within the range and cancel whatever they were doing. Stuns basically do the same thing, except for the fact that when you are stunned, you cannot move. But this hurts Frank the most due to him stopping to attack or use his super, and it's very easy to interrupt Frank mid-attack or super and cancel whatever he's doing due to the fact that it takes time for him to attack and activate his super. This is every brawler that can stun / knock back Frank's attack super. We have Shelly with her super, Nita with her bear stun, Bull with his super, Brock with his gadget, El Primo with his super, and on and on and on and on. And all of these brawlers that are shown right here can easily cancel Frank's super or attack. Now, out of the current 71 brawlers in the game, 38 of them can stun or knock back Frank during his attack or super. And once this happened, Frank can't really get away or try to scare them off with his attack because he stops to attack. And since his attack doesn't even do that much damage, people will ironically tank that damage and easily finish him off. How can Frank counter this? There is only one way for Frank to counter these problems, and that is with his first gadget, since it makes Frank immune to all stuns and knockbacks for a little while. Other than that, there is no way for him to be immune to knockback or stuns, so he easily gets interrupted and cancelled. These are some buff ideas that I think would make Frank pretty good. A damage reduction at his base kit. I think this is by far the most OP since that I came up with, but I feel like it would work well. Like perhaps a 50% damage reduction from all incoming damage would make his health actually kinda good. Now another buff I think would be pretty good is to let him move while he's attacking. Now, for example, another tank in the game called BB is allowed to move freely while attacking, and she does more damage than him. So you can't really say that he doesn't move because he does too much damage. He does less damage, and he still stops to perform his attack or super. His super is understandable because his super stuns. His attack does not. So I think he should be able to freely move while attacking. Or make his gadget that makes him immune to knockback part of his base kit, so that way he doesn't need to only have one gadget on, which is, of course, the immunity and knockback gadget. Or, because this is the most obvious answer, is to just buff his damage, as it is far too low, and anyone could just tank it without worrying and get right next to you and easily defeat you. And you can't run away either, because as I said, he stops to perform his attack. It also limits him from chasing enemies, because when you try to attack, you stop to perform the said attack, and they can easily just run away while you're doing that, so you can't chase them anyway. Here's a last buff I thought would work, and this is the one that was kind of different around the rest of the buffs, because I think this one is more of like a rework to him. This one, I think, should just be a part of the game. But when Frank attacks, I think there should be a little ring of damage that he performs around him, because when someone comes up close, they can just walk through him and dodge his attack. So I think that if that were in the game, people would not get close to him because, like, other than his attack, he also has that little, he would have that little ring of damage, which would prevent people from getting close and just phasing right through him to dodge his attacks. Anyways, I know this is a short video, but I hope you all agree, and remember to type hashtag #BuffFrank in the comments of Brawl Stars YouTube so that they know Frank needs a buff. Thank you, have a great day.